Okay, regular viewers, we're back. Today, a little bit different video. I was going to do a quick little video on rod repair. I've done this before, but the video was terrible. It was my second video. But luck would have it that one of my regular assistants helped me, inspire me to do this video by dropping a seat post on this rod right here, which, as you can see, now has a tremendous crack in it. I can't repair it on this bench because I don't have the space, so we got to go over that way. I guess I could say this way or this way because you wouldn't know the difference, but it is that way to a bench big enough that I can repair this on. So we're going to show you just quickly how to do that. This isn't anything special. This is a Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special, or TS for short. And this rod was the right length, the right weight, but mostly it was inexpensive, which is why the regular guy bought it. Because I'm just a regular guy and I don't have a lot of loot to spend on a fishing rod, especially when they can get a seat post dropped on it by one of my regular assistants. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you there, youngest regular assistant?
No.
No, you wouldn't know about breaking rods for people? Not at all, of course not. Okay, so we'll re-adjourn over that away. So the first thing we're going to need for this project to repair this crack here is a donor rod. Luckily, I keep my eyes down at the boat ramp, and I found just such a donor rod. This apparently is a rhinoceros, and it's made of Kevlar. I highly doubt it. The Power of Performance by DuPont. Better living through chemicals, I think. Anyway, all that to say, you need a rod that is going to be a little bit bigger than the place that you're going to repair. A happy circumference, as it were, that's going to slide over this. We're basically going to make this into a two-piece rod, so that when one of your regular assistants decides to do that for you, you can now make your rods two-piece, just like that. So we're going to have to cut off a section of this that is going to be that size. We can use a measuring device. So as I was saying, if you're really concerned about accuracy and get really fancy, and get your measuring tool here and measure the outside diameter of these and make sure that this is bigger than that. But I'm going to use the old eyeballs and just know that that's bigger than that, and slide it into the point where it will fit just snugly over both sides. So we're going to have to do some cutting though, because we got to clean up this area right here. Okay, so I have my pull saw. We shall remove our donor rod for the time being, and let's get cutting, because we've got to clean up this cut because it's not nice. So I probably, yeah, that's fun. I probably, if I was a smart man, would have just used my, because that sounds great, would have just used my Dremel type tool and made this real short work of this and made a nice clean cut. But why start now? Okay. That's what we'll do on the other one, because this is crushed and destroyed. We need to get past it. In fact, I'm going to go get the Dremel tool and we're going to cut this up a little cleaner. So forget you saw all that. Okay, so doing what we should have done in the beginning. At least we can't make it worse because it's already broken. But I have my rotary tool here. And hit the camera so you look completely unprofessional. And I use safety gloves. See that, everybody? Okay, so we have a much nicer cut now. Right there. It's still not perfect, but much nicer. So we did lose however many inches or parts of an inch that is, but it's okay because, like I said, the rod was already ruined. So now we move these pieces out. Now we're going to bring in the donor rod. And I'm going to approximate where I want to cut that to make sure that it's going to go over it. And we're going to start here and make sure that we got enough meat to work with here. And again, bump the camera for professionalism. We'll get a little of a breeze going. Oops. In a professional manner. Okay, and just like a hot knife through Kevlar, that was easy to cut. So, as I said, I don't think it was. But what do I know? I just work here. Okay. Go A into B. Beautiful. And now the fun part will be finding it on the other side. Okay. So, and I will cut that side right about there. I should have had a thing to mark that with, but I don't, because I'm not a professional apparently. Mark it with this guy right there. Beautiful. Just enough. Just enough. Making sure to put the razor back away so that I don't slice my hand next time I reach for this tool. Okay. Putting our ears back on. And that eye was like really in my way and bothering me. Okay, let's get that out of here. Good, nice tight fit. That'll be perfect. And voila. Okay, so now we have to get some glue on this. And we'll leave the word performance what do we got here? Weir of performance. Sure. Okay. We'll leave that on there just so it looks like a regular repair. And we're going to line these up. Now we're going to get out our friends JB and Weld and mix them up and go to town on this bad boy. Okay, so we've got our JB and Weld here. Let's get that mixed up. And as per usual, I will either do way too much or way too little because I am terrible at estimating how much JB Weld I need. Ooh, you know what I forgot to do? Light. Ta-da! Wow. And then you can see his project. The regular guy was much happier. Okay. Mix, 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 mix. Okay. So ideally, I did make this rod, what is that? How did we take out? Maybe a 1/4 inch? I don't know, you tell me. 1/2 inch, whatever that was, out of it. And we do want those to touch in the middle. Of this rod once we put it back together, so that it, what we're trying to do is not confuse the flex or the arc, I guess, as it were, with our rod. And we also need to, that's okay that that's gonna, we'll clean that up here in a second. We'll face that down. Okay, I can feel that those ends are touching, but I need to align my guides, and that's going to be the fun part, is making sure that those guides stay aligned during this whole drying process, which is this 5-minute epoxy. So those of you who use it often know that that's translates to 12 hours before it's fully cured. They don't tell you when to start the 5 minutes, I guess, is what I'm getting at. But that'll be, there we go. I'm going to rotate that for a little bit, but it's important that I go check that alignment so that that's straight, and then I will slowly rotate this until forever. So I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll be back when it's ready, and we'll see how, if any good, we did on our Myrrh of Performance repair. Our regular viewers, the Viewer's Corner. This is where you can send in your own creations. Here's a couple beautiful glide baits sent in by an anonymous regular viewer who does great work. These are just some wonderful, beautiful pieces. And here's some awesome paddle tails from Tez's Kayak Fishing. Be sure to check out his channel too. So we've got the reel back on, the rod is repaired, the dog is unhappy. We've got our chatterbait with the homemade trailer, crawfish candy trailer and homemade skirt on it. But as we move up the rod, we can see here's our homemade repair. What does it say?
We're of Performance.
Yeah, we're of Performance. That's what we are, of Performance, right? But so it is dried, it's set in there, but the epoxy for some reason didn't self-level like it normally does. I don't know if it was because of this. I've never had that issue on a rod repair before, but let me show you. It does work. It did work, other than being ugly. No problems at all. It's plenty flexible. The dog's still unhappy about it, but she's wrong. This dog here is ready to go out on the rod. That's for sure. So anyway, thanks for watching this simple rod repair. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comments section. You stay regular.
Forget.
Hey, what are you kids doing?